Hello, hello, and welcome back to Out of War. My name is Quad, and in the last episode, we dug this thing out. We laid down this concrete, and in this episode, we're going to be digging up top up there. Indeed, we are. Up here is a bunch of dirt and pay dirt, along with a bunch of coal. But yeah, we're ready to start digging this puppy out and just bringing it back a bit and starting to kind of just shave this whole top section off. So it should be a good time, but before we actually do that section, we need to come back down to the old factory down here, and we need to actually get the pay dirt line set up so we can start processing that pay dirt and collecting all of the stuff. So right here is the trommel. That trommel is spitting out all of the ore out the front, but on the bottom side, all of the dirt and pay dirt is coming out. And right now I'm immediately just kind of selling everything. So the first thing I want to do is kind of get rid of all of this stuff. Let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of the sell point. Okay, so here is the line where it's going to be coming out. So what are we going to be doing with our pay dirt and our regular dirt? Well, if we come up to the production tab over here and we come down a bit, we have two options for it. We have the wash plant here, which brings in the pay dirt, and it's going to spit out regular dirt, gold ore, diamond ore, ruby ore, and silicon ore out the front side, and we would just be able to process the gold and silicon as normal through the temperatures. And then the diamond and ruby, I'm assuming, will just pass through everything. Same with the dirt, and all of that should just end up back into the silo back there. But I don't know, I kind of feel weird about storing dirt, you know what I mean? Because typically if you're going to be like storing dirt for later use or something, you don't usually stick it in a silo, right? You would just like pile it up somewhere in a big old pile. So the other option for the pay dirt is the sluice box, which the sluice box will store the gold, the diamond, the ruby, and the silicon, and then just pass the dirt through the end. Which I think this is the way that I want to go about it, so then we could just sell dirt immediately into a sell point instead of trying to keep it. And then with these items, we'll just have to pull them out manually and then just reinsert them back into the hopper here. And then the diamond and ruby, I'm just going to leave in there until we set up a area where we'd have like our CNC mill and cutter and all that stuff. And we could also put one of the little baby wash plants up so we can polish those gems into sellable gems. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the sluice box. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring everything to the right a little bit. So we're going to place down a right piece right there, and then we're going to immediately throw on a straight piece right here, and then we're going to put another left piece right there. It's going to bring it up to almost to the edge, and then another left piece like that, and then we're going to have to bring this upward. And then we're going to put this up piece like that. And then we're just going to put a one piece on right here. And then the sluice box. There we go. And then we have enough room in here to put a pipe. And then we're at the end here. So now we just need to turn this puppy around with a left and then another left. And then we're going to go back up into the air once again like that. And we're going to put an offset left piece here, just like that. And then this should be the perfect spot to drop off, well, plain dirt, except for I do want to put the chute down just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the sell point here. We're going to try to snap it right in right here. It's not the easiest thing to do, by the way. Maybe something like this. Let's take a look and see if that lines up fine. It looks like it does right there, and it looks like it lines up fine right there as well. So that's going to work just fine. And if we come back over here, yeah, this should all work just fine as well. All the stuff is going to get stored in here, and then that dirt's just going to pass through. So now we just need to hook up the water line up to this spot. So we're going to have to combine it up there. I'm going to start backwards. You do have to run it in the way that it's moving. So we should start up there and come down this way, but I want to start here anyway. So we're going to start by putting this right piece on, a straight piece, and then another right piece just like that. And now we're going to put this down piece on just to bring this thing up. It's not quite high enough, so we're going to bring it up again, but not all the way like that. We're going to put the secondary one in just like that, and this should work just fine. So that should line up. We're going to move back over to this piece now. So if we take a look, up there is our water pump. Our water is coming down. If we take a look inside of it, we do have a bunch of water in here. Actually, this pipe load has 480 metered squares of water or something like that, right? We can see here. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to stick in a T, which is right here. It's technically in the game, it's called a splitter, but it's a T, bro. We're going to stick that in. It's going to come in. It's going to split that way. We could take a look in here and we could see that the water is flowing to the left. So it should be coming down into this tank. We could look at the bottom right there. It is going into the tank. And then this one here, we're going to put a left piece on. And now we're going to bring it straight a bit. One way we could see how many is 1, 2, 3 blocks. So we're going to throw down a 6 meter piece right there. And then another left right here. Let's hop up. So let's lay a couple 8 meter pieces and see if they connect. And that looks like it almost does. We just need a 1 piece, just like that. And then this is working. We can see in the bottom 240 cubic meters of water is inside of this pipeline. But if we look at the very next one, it's at 0. And every one after this is at 0. So we just got to kind of destroy them and then replace them again, just to make sure that the water is indeed flowing. So boom. Yeah, if we look here, this one does work. This one here, not so much, right? So get rid of this one, as well as this bottom one, and then just rebuild it. Boom, boom, and boom. There we go. And then if we look at this, the load is working, or the water is working. In fact, we're going to have to remove our sluice box, replace it down again. And if we jump up here, we can see it is actually working. The water is coming through. And if we open it, the water is being processed at the bottom here, 240 cubic meters, right? So this should all work and everything should work just fine. Now, before we actually get back up here and start digging, we have currently 10,000 plus about 700, 800 coal inside of these things. I'm going to fill them up a little bit more. And then later on, we're going to switch this and we're going to start selling coal again as well. But we're going to keep these on for now, just to kind of build it up a bit. I mean, I probably don't need to, honestly. There's probably plenty of coal in there to last the entire series. I'm just going to give this a quick shut off, a quick turn on, just to make sure everything's running properly. Let's jump in the front loader, slow this thing in reverse, and let's get to the top up there. I do want to bring a conveyor belt up top, by the way. Ooh, I'm getting some major frame stutters. You see that? But yeah, I do want to bring a hopper up here, so it'll make our digging a lot quicker, but there's just no room right now. I'm going to have to dig this out a bit first. So let's get this dug out, and then we'll get a hopper up here. I'm going to switch it to my bucket load. And then, yeah, let's come in and just start scraping off the bottom like that. There's a full one. Let's go dump it. In fact, I'm going to cut out the dumps for now, and I'm just going to leave it in the digging parts. Just for now, right? So let's start digging out to the left here a little bit as well. I need to kind of remove a lot of this dirt back here. So, and then once we get a conveyor system up here, it'll run a lot smoother. Let's bring the bucket down though. I need to start digging out this left side a bit, because we're going to need all of the room we can get up here to turn around once we do get like a hopper, right? And I forgot to mention that the silo is completely empty, by the way, down there. We did sell everything at the end of the last episode, and we'll do the same thing at the end of this episode. But here's another full one. And I forgot to mention where our monies are. We are currently sitting at $523,000 after we had bought and all that stuff. But let's start taking out some of these high pieces. Yeah, just like that. And then let's do the same thing on the right over here. We're just going to do kind of a high scoop. And I wanted to let you guys know that within the next probably week, maybe 2 weeks from now, I am going to be starting back up my gold mining simulator run, the one that I ended on. I think I'm currently at Nighthawk over there at gold mining simulator. So I know I have to still drill out the parcel. I don't know if I'm going to drill the whole thing or maybe just drill a little bit to find some good gold spots, because to drill out the entire thing, it's going to take quite a long time. So I don't know if I'll do the whole thing or just some of it. But yeah, I'm going to be jumping back into that pretty soon. So to any of you gold mining simulator fans, just know that that will be coming fairly soon. I'm pretty excited, honestly, to get back into that as well. Let's see here, though. I'm going to have to come down for a bit of a shallower scoop. Yeah, I'm kind of running a little bit too high. So let's start scraping off this way. There we go. And I don't know why, but I feel like I said Gold Mining Simulator 2. I meant just regular Gold Mining Simulator 1, by the way. Anyway, let's come in for a low scoop now and start taking out this part right here. There we go. There we go. That's a nice one. And then at really high bits, we're going to have to use an excavator. But I need to make ample room up here before we actually bring the excavator up. I think I could get most of this high dirt, but not... I think once we get past this little first part here... Yeah, back there a little bit, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get with this, so that's when the excavator will come in handy. But yeah, I'm going to need a lot of room up here before we actually bring that up. That thing's actually pretty big and needs enough room to get itself swiveled around. So there we go. Okay, let's have a look here. I'm going to do a low scoop over here. I need it to be kind of smooth and not go downward or anything, so... Let's see if I can do that. That looks like it'll be fine enough. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of a higher scoop this time, and we're going to bring it over to the left right here. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right there. Okay, I'm going to go for a bit of a high one this time, and a little bit here on the left again. There we go. Yeah, I need to dig this back a bit because we're going to need all the room we can get. Okay, and let's just push this one back. We're going to do a bit of a high one. There we go. Yep, just like that. All right, now let's start focusing on the right a bit here. I'm going to come down, and I'm going to start coming into the right like this. There we go. All right, now let's do the same thing, but on the high side, right? So we're going to bring our bucket all the way up like this. Then we're going to kick it over, and there we go. There we go. It looks good enough. Okay, don't tip it, Quad. Bring your bucket down. I got a little bit sideways there. Oh, geez. I sure in the heck did. Okay. We might need to lay down some concrete soon. Okay, there's a little bit of goofy stuff going on here, so I'm going to bring my bucket all the way up and try to chop off over here a little bit more. Yeah, right through, down a little bit further, please. Okay, hold on. Throw it in reverse. Okay, there we go. Let's bring the bucket down just a bit. And then bring it forward. There we go. Now I'm not quite doing it because of my wheels, but okay, there we go. That's a full one. You know what? There's an issue, guys. There is an issue. I should have came over here and checked it sooner, but check it out. There's a problem going on, bro. The hell is all this a junk, bro? Why isn't this working? Oh, I forgot that I had to reset the whole damn thing moving this way. For some reason, these are not running. So, oh crap. So this is completely filled up. I don't think there's a way to pass it through at this point, so I need to get rid of these pieces and then the rest of these as well. Damn it, dude. I should have looked at that first. Let's put this one in. Is it moving? It's not, you bastard. And then this one. Boom. It's still not running. Okay, yeah. Dang it, I'm losing all this stuff. I mean, it's just dirt, so I'm not too stressed about it. If we look here, all of our ore is being collected. It's just this here. I don't think there's a way. Can I collect this? Let me see. No, I can't collect it. Okay, well, that's fair enough. I'm just gonna have to destroy this. There we go. Damn it, bro. And then let's put the other left piece in. Okay, see, now it is running. And then I just need to basically rebuild the whole line. So we're gonna get rid of that. Put the left piece in again. Now it's running. Okay. This up belt is not working, so we need to get rid of it. Put the up piece back in. It's running. The offset is not working, so we just need to reconnect it like so. And then I don't know about the chute, so we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to put the chute back down as well. Boom, just like that. And now all of our dirt should go in there. Now I'm pretty sure I lost all that dirt, right? Yeah, so I lost about 8,000 dirt. I don't think it's the end of the world. It would have made us probably a little bit of money, but not a crap ton. Okay, well, now it should work. I forgot that for some reason, when you don't have this thing hooked up and you lay it down first, even if you do lay it in order, it doesn't actually run. You have to reconnect everything back up to get it to work. So do pay attention to your belts, make sure they're working once you build it. If not, just destroy it and then rebuild it. Anyway, everything should go fine now. Let's get back in and continue digging. So we're sitting at 523,000. Let's just keep on digging and let's see how much money we make just from the dirt. But I needed to start doing some smoothing bits. So I'm gonna come up here, try to get my thing kind of straight, like all four wheels up like that. We're gonna bring this down to the ground like this. I need it to be fairly straight though, right? So there we go. And then let's come forward. There we go. Yeah. That should work just fine. This next one, however, I'm going to come up, take out this upper piece right here, just like so. And if we do look there, we can see the dirt is being sold into that sell point right now. But I'm still not ready to put a hopper up here. I still need quite a bit more room. So we're going to start shaving it off going to the left here. I need to get this thing nice and flat up here. There we go. Okay, let's come in and start cranking it here to the left like this. There we go, that's a good one. And I just want to push this wall back a little bit more over here. And then let's grab a high scoop over here as well. There we go. We're almost ready to put in a hopper up here. There's still quite not enough room, but... And then let's grab from this left side now, all the way to the back, kind of high. There we go. And then I want to come in and get another low one over here. And then we're going to start really focusing on this right side over here next. So I'm going to bring my bucket down and I'm just going to start scraping off, coming directly in like this. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to come in. I want to grab a bit of a high scoop, kind of coming through the same area. Yeah, right in through here. There we go. And check out our money, by the way. We are up to 529, so we are making a little bit of money off of that dirt now. Anyway, I want to bring this back down. Okay, that's a little bit too deep, but it's okay. I do need to start focusing over that way. And then let's come back down low. And I want to scrape off more this way. Yeah, just like that. There we go. And let's come in. I'm going to come down a little bit. And we're going to just kind of get a low scoop coming through here. I want to... Okay, that's a little bit too deep, bro. Damn it. Okay, we're going to have to start putting down some foundations. I kind of screwed that one up. Okay, now before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and... well, lay down some concrete really quick. Boom, there we go, just like that. Let's fire back up, and I want to continue cutting off on this right side. Let's go as high as we can. Okay, there we go. That's about as high as we're going to be able to get this, right? And then anything beyond that or higher than that, we're going to have to get with an excavator. So let's come back and let's come back over. I'm going to do a high one, try to get it over here as far as I can. There we go. Let's try to shave a little bit more off like this. There we go. And then let's come in for a bit of a low one this time. Take out this little section right there. And then let's start pushing back this wall a bit more. I want to bring it all the way up and just take out right here. There we go. Now I'm not going to be able to reach that upper part, but that's okay. Okay, now let's come in for a low or mid scoop right here. There we go. A little bit further, please. There's a full bucket. So once we can get a hopper and a conveyor system up here, it's going to be really nice. Let's start pushing this back, though, from the bottom. There we go. Looking good. Okay, let's see here. I want to continue kind of coming into the right, because this is where we're going to be putting our hopper system. Right here, kind of like on this right side. Well, right when we're facing this way, I should say. So... okay, so this one, I'm going to try to take off a bit of this dirt on the side here. It's going to be a little bit difficult because it's up on this damn curb, but there we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then let's try it again with a little bit of speed here. And there we go. Beautiful. And then let's get one more in through there. I'm trying to get the backside dug out so I could get most of it from the backside, but there we go. Actually, that was a crappy one. I'm going to bring it back down, and we're going to come in again at a little bit of a lower one, just like that. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna come in and start trying to shave off as close to the right here as we can, like this. There we go. Okay, this one I'm trying to get myself turned all the way around. I want to start really kind of pushing this part back, because this is kind of where I want the hopper to be, is up here onto this gravel section. My original sort of vision was to bring it up the side of this ramp right here, but now that I've been digging, I'm thinking I'm just going to bring it down below on that bottom side and then use a conveyor, or not a conveyor, but a I don't know what it's called. I think it's the lift, or the elevator, I mean, to bring it up. But let's start getting some of this high dirt. There we go. Take out that tree. I'm gonna grab this little high section though. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And boom. Okay. And to kind of show you guys what I'm doing, I'm just kind of reversing my way all the way up like so. Makes it a little bit easier, and then I don't have to turn myself around. But anyway, let's get this back down, get it nice and flat. Like that, and then come straight. And yeah, we just want to shave all of this off, because this is where we're going to be putting our conveyor system. At least until we can get this all kind of dug out a bit. So let's come in through here like that, and just kind of push it back a little bit over this way. Okay, so we're going to get a nice smoothing scoop like this. Kind of angled downward. Okay, no, Quad, that was not the way to do it, bro. Okay, hold on. Let's retry that. Bring it down. I need my blades to be tilted down slightly. Like this or something, right? And then let's see. Here we go. And then push it this way. Yeah, this is going to work a little bit better, I think. There we go. There's a full one. I kind of just want to do the same thing. Just kind of smooth this whole thing out all the way to the edge. Okay, that's not working so swell. Let me back it up a little bit. We're going to come out like this. Bring it down. Bring our bucket down. Let's zoom it in a little bit as well. Something like this probably. Let's see. Come forward. Not quite what I'm looking for. It is a little bit lumpy through here. I think I need to go a little bit more to the left, actually. Yeah, a little bit this way. Bring it down, and this will be probably where I stick the hopper, literally right on this spot. And then we'll be able to dig a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and shut it down. And I think we're going to be ready. You know what, before we do that, let me go ahead and fill this section in with concrete. Boom, just like that. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. Okay, let's hop out. Let's make sure everything's running smooth down there. And we could start processing what's in our sluice box. But yeah, I want to bring the conveyor system over and up right here, or somewhere anyway. Maybe over there, over here. I'm not entirely sure how yet. But we're going to put a hopper here. Probably right here, I would assume. I don't know if this is a good spot or not. I think it'll be fine for the loader, and then once we get the excavator up here, we're going to have to obviously move it, but I want to kind of get a little bit more of that dug out. So let's get down there. Let's see how everything's working, how everything's doing. Okay, first things first, I want to check the power plants. Okay, dude, look, we have so much coal now. We have 20,000 in this one and 20,000 in this one. So we're going to stop collecting coal and we're going to start selling coal. So let me get this switched around first. First thing that we got to do, though, is remove this piece and probably this one, and then maybe even this one. And then we're going to go ahead and stick a 4-banger in, and then 2 left pieces like that. And then we're going to go up 2 times. So 1 and a dose. There we go. And then we're going to curve it to the right. Just like that. And yeah, this should work. Honestly, it's going to dump right onto this track and then back into this, which will sell. Let's see what it looks like with a chute, though. You know what, the chute's not going to work. It's way too close. I don't like it. So we're going to get rid of the chute, and it should just fall right off of this onto this into the hole there. So this should work. Okay. Let me dig this little section out real quick. Boom. Yeah, just like that. I think that's going to be fine. There's a little bit of a spot here that I want to grab, though. I kind of missed that, but that's going to work just fine. So we're going to start selling coal again. We probably will never need to collect any more the entire time we're on this map, and hopefully this will work just fine as well. But let's check out the sluice box. We have 2,100 gold. We're going to take it. We do have 473 silicon. We're taking that. I'm just going to butt these rubies and the diamonds over. We're going to leave those in there, yeah, because we don't have a way to polish them quite yet. And then we're just going to hop over here to the hopper and slap in the blasted rock, the gold, as well as the pay dirt, the regular dirt, and the silicon ore. We're going to have the machine just eat it all. It's going to process it all and it'll be just fine. Okay, so now we need to bring a conveyor belt over this way. Let's take a look and see how much power this whole unit is consuming as of right now. So if we take a look here at the old hopper engine, we're currently sitting at 5,000 kilowatts, all right? This pylon only holds 5,400, and this is indeed the largest pylon in the game. And unfortunately, the systems aren't set up properly with like safety features and the capacitors and all that. So they do backfeed and they will blow. So hopefully that could get ironed out in the future to where we could have like 4 power plants hooked up to one of these. But as of right now, this is going to be the max power that we can put on to one conveyor system is 5,400. Well, there might be a bigger pylon actually. Let's see. No, 5,400 seems to be the largest electrical pylon for $12,000. Yep. So with that said, that means we're basically going to have to put the conveyor system that's going up here on a completely separate line. Now, we're going to want to bring that line in here somewhere and kind of, we're not going to merge it in, but we're going to want to dump all that dirt onto this belt so it gets processed like everything else. So what I'm thinking I want to do though is kind of go from here and run it straight back like this and then up, or not up actually. I think I'm just going to come over like this and then over this way and then throw in an elevator right here. Or possibly just put the chute right here at the bottom, or the hopper, and then we could just dig right off the ledge. I don't know if that's a good, or dump right off the ledge rather. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. So we need to start over here though and build it this way. And I think what I want to do is actually switch it to the big hopper with the dual inputs. It's only a little bit more expensive, but it's a lot bigger. In fact, you know what? I'm going to replace this hopper over here with this large one as well, and I will be putting up some bump guards as well. I haven't done that quite yet, but let's stick this one here like that, and it's already hooked up, it's already running, beautiful. And then both of these things should be moving. They are. We're not going to hook up 2 different lines or anything, but it's just going to give us a much bigger like dump deck, right? A much bigger space to dump stuff. Anyhow, let's do the same thing over here. But yeah, I'm thinking of just putting it on the ground down here instead of trying to bring it up here. Like if we bring it up here, it would be fine. We would just have to do really tall dumps. Let me come out to this view, by the way. Yeah, like we would be able to stick it up here, right? And then just kind of dump right into this like this. But I think what I want to do is just put it on the ground, and then we could just dump right off the edge. So let's do that. We need to figure out which way this thing's moving, by the way. This is not the proper way. So I'm just going to use rebuild to build this because I can't get it to snap properly. So we'll just set it down. I want to go all the way back to the wall. So like this probably. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, this should work. Now we should be able to just dump right off that ledge. I hope anyway. We'll see if it works. I don't know. Otherwise, we're just going to have to put an elevator there and stick it up top. Maybe we could do both. Let's see though. Let's get all the belts hooked up, however. So we're going to start by collecting just a couple of these long boys. I guess it doesn't matter which side I put it on, this side or that side. So we'll just stick that down, stick another one down. In fact, I should probably go up a little bit. So let's put a up piece right here like that there. Yeah. And then let's push it to the right like that. There we go. And then this looks like it's in line. So let's just start heading up a little bit actually. So we're going to put another one of these in. And then straight pieces. Yeah, this should work, I hope. There we go. Let's get some more straight ones in. Boom. Boom. And one more. There we go. Where's it landing? Okay, we're going to put an offset left piece right here. And where's this going to drop? Okay, it's a little off. I wonder if I should put the offset back a little bit. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one and this one. And then let's stick the offset right here. And then the straight piece perhaps. Is it going to go in the exact same spot? It does. Okay, you bastard. Okay, hold on. We're going to put a little bit of a shorter one here instead of a 4-banger, maybe a 3-banger like that. And then let's see. No, this might work. Let's throw down a chute. And where does this land? Let's come over here a little bit. It's like right on the corner. Is that going to work, I wonder? I would like it to be over here a little bit more, you know. So let's get rid of this. I'm going to grab one more offset left piece. I got to get rid of that as well. And let's try setting that down like this. And let's see where this goes. Dude, this might work just a bit more perfect. Like, okay. What about when we stick the chute here? It's a little off. We're going to grab just a 1-banger, I think. And let's see where it hits with this piece. So 1, and then the chute. That looks like it's pretty much perfect. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of the 1-banger and we're going to put a 2-banger in, or as others like to call it, the 4-meter piece, and then the chute. And there we go. Look, dead smack center. Okay, beautiful. So everything we dig will come through here, drop on the line, and get processed just like normal. Now, unfortunately, we do have to hook this up with power, and I didn't think about that. So let's hook up an engine. I think we can hook it. I don't know if we can hook it here or if we're going to have to do it on this side. If we have to do it on this side, I got to redesign the whole damn thing. But, and by engine, I do mean a power input. Let's just grab the biggest one. It's a ×5 for 55,000. There we go. In fact, I'm going to buy 2 of them because I'm going to replace the one over there with a ×5 as well. Can we put this here? Damn it, we cannot. So I am going to have to move this all over. I mean, I could just get rid of this and throw in a 2-banger or a 3-banger like this right here. Or not, by the way. Or not. Why won't it fit right here? Well, we're going to have to build it backwards, so I don't know if it'll work, but like that. And then we could just destroy it, right? Rebuild it like that. And then put the power input back here, just like so. I don't know if it's going to work because I built it backwards. It's also into the wall a little bit, but no, I don't like it, bro. I have it out too far. Let me try to rebuild it. No matter how I do it, it's always going to hook up to that side. So we're going to have to do it that way. It's just the way it is. Whatever. It's fine. Let's put the power input back on. And then we just got to power this thing. I don't know the best way to do this. Okay, let's see how much power this is going to use. It's going to use 819 kilowatts. If we come in here to the power section, solar panels won't work. I could use a wind turbine. So I'm going to just get the biggest one. In fact, we're just going to stick it here for now. I mean, typically I'd want it up high, but we're just going to stick it right here. It'll be fine. I hope anyway. Yeah, it looks like it'll be fine. But let's hook up the power. Boom. And then over here. And then let's turn it on. Just joking. I got to turn this on first. So turn that on. Let's turn this thing on. And then this should work. Is the belt moving? You know what? I'm going to remove it and put it back just in case. I guess I could rebuild. No. Yeah, just like that. Now everything should work properly. Okay, well, let's get up there with the front loader. And I guess we could get the excavator up there as well. But I'm not quite ready for the excavator, I don't think. So we're going to just dig with the front loader a bit. Now it's a little bit... I don't know how this is going to work because of the way this ledge is. So let's hope we don't die. Yeah, I don't know how smart this is, actually. Slowed into drive. Let's come forward a bit. We want to probably slant this down at a slight angle. So let's just start angling it like this. There we go. That is a smooth bit, right? I'm going to have to dig out that ledge a little bit. Let's lift this up, however. And yeah, we would normally just dump right here. I think I am going to need the excavator, actually. This looks smooth enough for the excavator. There's a couple parts that I want to smooth out first, though. So let's grab this little nipple sticking out of the ground. No, quad, you bastard. Okay, we almost screwed the whole thing up because I had it in reverse. But anyway, I want to just dig this part out a bit. There we go. Make it a bit more smooth. Throw it in reverse. Lift your bucket. Don't fall off of the edge, of course. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And then we're going to bring it back down. It's nice and smooth with the concrete. And we're going to come forward a bit and just kind of shave off this side as well. There we go, there we go. That's gonna be fine. I think we're ready for the excavator. So let me just scooch this to the back a little, like so. Shut it off. Is that gonna be enough room? I think it'll be enough room. How about, yeah, I think this will work, right? We'll just come up here. I just need to dig off this part a little bit, as it does kind of hang over, and that's just not gonna cut it for me, bro. And I can't redo it because the way I freaking built the damn thing. So yeah, let's just grab it. Let's see if we can do this. Now it is a bit of a slow trek up here, but I'm sure you all are aware. And then yeah, we'll just have to move the hopper around as kind of needed. But this should be a good start. And in fact, once we kind of get this cleared out enough, we're gonna have a hopper up top here, by the way. We're just gonna have it down here for now. Okay, bro, get over it. There we go, we got it, dude. Let's bring this pretty much to the edge, I think. I haven't done a lot of excavator digging this way, so I don't know how well this is going to work. But let's bring it up. Is this probably good right here? I think this is good. Let's apply our brakes so we don't die. And then let's switch it to the bucket view. Here we go. And then let's bring it down. Let's bring in our bucket, and let's see if we can do this, bro. So what? We just scoop, lift it, and then dump it. Scoop, lift it, dump it. Let's bring it over a little bit. Let's oops, I missed it. That's okay. There we go. Scoop it, lift it, dump it. Let's bring it over this way a bit. Grab a little bit of that, right? Scoop it, lift it, and then let's dump it. We're gonna have to bring it down a bit, so let's bring it down to about right there. Okay, that's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping it could go a little bit lower. Let's bring it in right here though. Grab off some of this front side. There we go. Bring it back out. Dump. Okay. Let's see how low we can get this thing, by the way. Dude, this is as low as this thing can go. No. I mean, I guess it'll be fine because once we dig out this whole top section, we'll be able to get that bottom section from the bottom side with a front loader. But let's dump it. I might have to hand dig a little bit. Let's just hop out and let's just jump down here real quick, because the problem is this lip right here, right? It's covering up half of my damn hopper here. So let me dig this out since I can't reach it with the excavator, right? And we'll just make it nice and kind of flush with the hopper here. Yeah, this will be fine. Let's dig right here. Bring it down. No, just scoop it, bro. Scoop it. Ah, damn it. I'm screwing up really badly, though. Look, all that freaking dirt's landing on that thing over there. And it's just jacking up, bro. Let me dump it, though. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let me jump out real quick. Yeah, this is a big, huge mess. What could we do? I'm going to dig it out by hand, honestly. You know what? I'm not going to do it this way, by the way. It's taken me forever. So I'm going to grab the front loader, and we're just going to bring that down and dig it up with the loader. Let me shut this off real quick, though. There we go. Yeah. Let me grab the front loader. We're going to dig it by this. I don't like using the pickaxe. It just takes way too damn long. So we'll just bring it down here, lower our bucket, get it all flat. And here we go. Bring it in. Scoop it. Yep. Lift it. No, keep going forward, not reverse. And then let's dump. There we go. Kind of. Okay, it's kind of working. It's kind of not working. That hopper is so damn high. Let me see if I can dig off some of this freaking coal that's literally on the line right here. Zoom it in a little bit. Yeah, like this, right? Okay, there we go. It's a good bucket. Let's just dump it. Bring this down a little bit. And then I want to try to pick up this as well. Okay, got it. Let's tilt our bucket up. Let's lift it all the way up. And let's see if we can get this dumped in without spilling any on the ground. There we go. There we go. That's looking good. Look, it doesn't want to empty, though. Got it. And it just fucking dumped all over my shit, bro. Damn it. I need to grab this little piece of coal over here. So we're going to bring it down. We're going to grab this first. There we go. Lift it. Back it up. And then let's grab all this crap that's on this line right here. Let's keep it straight all the way up to it. Boom. There we go. Let's tilt it up. bring it back. See if I can get this dumped without spilling it everywhere. So we have to basically lift it all the way and then dump right here. We shouldn't spill any, but it also doesn't come out of the thing, so that kind of sucks. Let me throw it in reverse though and see if it'll fall out. Okay, it does. You just have to do it kind of slow. Damn it, it didn't, bro. Look, it freaking still spilt out. Hold on, let me tilt this down. I want to see if I can pull off this back wall a little bit. Like that. I think that's what's causing me the issue. Yeah, let's see if we can do this. I'm making a huge mess over there, but there we go. Let me try digging all that dirt now, or coal it looks like. So first things first, bring it all the way down. And there we go. That's going to get the line running again. Let's lift it up. Let's straighten it out. And let's come in for a straight shot again. Just like, yeah, just like that. There we go. Okay, let me try to dump this into the hopper, however. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to dump it back here since I'm having so much trouble right there. And then I think I'm just going to put it in another hopper, honestly. You know, we'll see if that works, but... Oh, you know what I think's going on? I don't know how the double hopper system works. That's the freaking problem, bro. Watch. As soon as I dump this in here, it's going to spit out that other belt. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold on. Shut it off. Oh, I didn't realize it. Yeah, so you basically do need both of these hooked up, don't you? Ah, you bastard. Okay, well, we could do that, honestly. At least with this one. And we could probably do it with that one as well. Okay. Yeah, watch. Do I have any dirt on me? I do. I have 15 blasted rock. Let's consume it. Watch. It's going to pour out right here. You saw that little bit? That was the problem. Okay. Well, let's put this little up piece right here. Ah, yeah. See, that does line up. Okay. And then what I could do is put another up piece like that, right? And then we'd put a right piece like that. And then this will just dump back onto the line. I don't know what I was thinking, bro. I thought, like, since if you didn't have, like, a line hooked up right here, I thought there was just, like, something there blocking it. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me clean this up a little bit here. Okay, there we go. That's going to be fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and dump this, and then let's just watch it real quick. So I wonder what the point of that is. I guess if you wanted to do two separate things, but with one hopper, huh? But yeah, anyway, that's going to work. Like, it's all working. In fact... we're going to replace the engine real quick on this thing with the 5-banger. So let's get rid of this one. Boom. And then let's put the 5-banger in just like that. Rehook up the power cable just like so. Turn it back on. And now this whole line should run at ×5 speed, right? All the lines, in fact. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, 150 meters per second. If we even come to this one up here in the air, 150 meters per second. Does that use a lot more power though? I don't know. Let's see how much energy this thing's using. I mean, it didn't blow anything, so that's good. Oh my god, dude. Yes, it is. Look. How did we not blow that? Look, I'm at 5,400. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. Oh, something's not working, is it? Hold on. Let's come over to this thing real quick. 5,371 out of 5,400. Okay. But when we come to this, it's 5,407, but it's not utilizing it. It's only using the 5,371. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why. Anyway, I'm not going to complain. We're literally at the freaking load, though. If that thing does blow, we're going to have to put a regular hopper back into place. Anyway, let me get back over here, and then we need to basically fix this whole damn thing. I could put another hopper, another conveyor belt in, but I kind of wanted to put two hoppers side by side. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's get rid of this, as well as this. We're going to have to dig this back a bit. So, okay, dug it out a bit. But you know what? I'm not going to put a second hopper on. I'm just going to do the same thing I did with that one over there. So we're going to put the little 3-banger on like that. We're going to put the up piece just like so. We're going to slap that right piece on just like that. So we're going to put the really tall up piece right here. And then I'm going to put an offset right piece like that. And then look, it actually lines up pretty damn good. It's going to dump right onto this corner and then get fed up. So this should work. Let's get back into the excavator and let's just make sure it does. And this is using 903 kilowatts of juice. So yeah, let's hop back up in here. Let's fire it back up and let's see if we can do this. Okay, I'm gonna continue digging out over here first. So let's bring it in. Okay, that's not quite what I was looking for, but it's okay. Let's bring it out. Swing it over. Is my brake still on? It is. Dump it. I'm gonna have to reposition myself though. Let's go and pull off from here. There we go. And then dump. And that line seems to be working a bit better. Okay, let's extend this out a bit. Actually, you know what? We're going to throw the machine in reverse. There is no reverse. Just kidding. We're going to back it up a little bit here. Don't fall off the edge, Quad, you bastard. Throw it in reverse, you jerk. Okay, we don't want to... It doesn't want to move, by the way. Apparently, these tracks don't have very much traction. Funny enough. Okay, what am I going to do, bro? I guess I'm going to have to use my bucket. So let's swing this around. Let's just lift ourselves up a little bit like this. And then throw it in reverse, and we should be able to get out. Am I doing it? Kind of. Not really? Okay, I got it, bro. I got it. It's kind of like driving on ice a little bit, so... Anyway, let me get this into position real quick. Okay, something like this, I guess. Alright, there we go. I need to get a good view on that damn hopper. But here we go. Let's come down. Let's scoop. Lift it, bring it over, and dump it. There we go. How much money we got right now? We're down to 150,000, by the way. I'm not entirely sure what I spent all my money on, but we are indeed pretty broke on that one. There we go. Let's bring it all the way down. Let's bring it in our bucket, scoop it, bring it out, over, dump. There we go. I don't like that view, by the way. Let's extend this out a bit. Let's come over here, grab it. There we go. Let's bring it over and dump. Okay, I think I missed it, but whatever, bro. I think it still went onto the belt, but there we go. We're gonna need a bigger excavator, I think. I don't think this is gonna work so well. I mean, it's kind of working. I'm over dumping, by the way. I'm missing it, rather. Anyway, there we go. Lift it, bring it over, bring it in, dump. Yeah, I definitely missed a little bit. Anyway, let's bring this down. Scoop from here. There we go. Extend it out a little bit. There we are. Okay. So I guess it's kind of working. It's not the biggest excavator in the world. It does not have a very long arm on it, but maybe we should upgrade our excavator, huh? To the big scooper. I can buy another one that's a bit bigger than this one, so... Anyway, it's kind of working, but not what I was hoping for. Let's see how far we can extend this. Yeah, that's about as far as this thing can go. Let's bring it down. Scoop, rope, scoop. Got it. Bring it over. Dump. Let's do the same thing. Extend it out. Let's bring it down. Bring it down. Okay, that's actually as far down as I can bring it. Extend it back out. Bring it over. Just dump it off. Okay, okay. I mean, it's kind of working. I'm not too happy with it. Let's just shut it down. Let's hop out. Okay, I'm about to freaking lose that whole thing. But yeah, if we come to the store here and we come to the excavators, I can buy this one. I have unlocked it. It's $542,000. It has a 5.8 cubic meter bucket. The one that we're using right now is this EX500D, and it's a 3.7. So this one will be a bit bigger. It's not a lot bigger, but almost twice as big. But that is going to be the biggest one I can get as of right now. I'm going to have to wait until I level up to 50 before I can grab this one, which is 18. 37, level 37 to grab this one, which is a 15 meter bucket. So we're almost to that, about 6 more levels. But yeah, anyway, you know what? We're going to go ahead and call it here, but let's go to the silo. Let's see how much money we made today. Before we do that, though, we do need to come to the sluice box, and we need to empty it out. So let's hop in here. We didn't get much more gold or silicon, though, by the way. Look, only 5 and 2, so we didn't do much more digging, actually, after we set that up. Let's go ahead and drop these ores off into the hopper, however. There's the silicon, there's blasted rock, there's gold ore. That's everything. Let's consume it. It's going to get pushed through and do all of the things right. Yeah, maybe in the next episode, we'll see how much money we got. Maybe I'll try buying that bigger one and see if I could do it. Maybe it has a longer arm as well. I don't actually know. Otherwise, I think we're just going to have to bring the hopper up top. But let's go over to the silo. Let's see how much money we made today. Okay, here's everything that we collected. We got 21,000 from our steel beams, 9.2 thousand from our steel rods, 13,000 for the iron sheets. Iron rods is 21.5 thousand, 3,300 for the aluminum bloom, 8,800, almost 8,900 for the aluminum rods, 9,500 for the copper rods. Look at that, 155,000 for our gold, 47,000 just in lithium, 12,000 in silicon, and about 12,000 in whatever the hell that was. I do have a little bit of coal here. I guess I'll sell as well. I don't have quite enough for that other excavator. We are at $485,000 though for the end of this episode. So yeah, you know what? I think in the next episode, we're just going to go up there with the front loader and just continuously dump off that ledge, and it should be fine. We should be able to clear out a lot of room up there, and then make enough money to where we could buy that larger excavator and hopefully dig out some of that wall. But anyway, that will be it for this one, you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one later on, everybody. Later on.